Welcome back, YouTube, to the episode of My Speaking Podcast. It's your boy, Dark Side of Darrell, St. South Carolina Finest, Orangeburg County own. Be back again with the start of another NFL season Thursday night. We got our very special guest, Super Bowl champ, EUGENE Robinson. We're going to let him introduce himself as we go ahead and get started for this NFL season. So go ahead, Mr. EUGENE. Let everybody know who you are. They already know who you are, so just go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm EUGENE Robinson, played 16 years in the National Football League. I played 11 years with Seattle, 2 years with the Packers, 2 years with Atlanta, and 1 year with Carolina. I've done broadcasting for 17 years for the Carolina Panthers, and I currently do television for the NBC affiliate here in Charlotte, WCNC. I work on a show called Charlotte Today. And I've been a coach for most people don't really know. I've been a coach, high school coach, football, wrestling, track for about 21 years.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, and so now I'm just like you. Football season rolling around, I get excited just like everybody else.
Oh yeah. Well, let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and get started, man. We may not all be right. We may not all be wrong.
So all don't get our mouths thinking what we speaking on.
Hey, Mike, I'm going to go ahead and let you go ahead and give Mr. EUGENE the first question, man. I know you're very excited about this, so go ahead, man.
I don't know if I want to give him just the NFL question or the Carolina Panther question. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. This is what I'm not too optimistic about the Panthers like I have been. And I'm gonna tell you why, and you tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
At the end of the season, everybody know Bryce hit on all cylinders, look like the Bryce of Alabama, and me and you been talking about it, he looked good. But I didn't understand why they come back this off season and preseason, you really don't play them at all. And then they did it when they played them in Houston a little bit. They didn't look good. I heard the practices during practice look good, but the question I'm asking you as a professional player and the Super Bowl champ, was it the right call not to play them guys, not to get them hurt, or am I putting it too much into the preseason? Is that what I'm saying? That's the question I'm asking you.
Okay, so I would say, Mike, for the first, last year when Coach Canales didn't play those guys at all. I think they played one series. That might have been the last game. This year, it was a little different. Not only did they have the practice against Cleveland and they had the practice against Houston, I said, but the first unit played, well, in the first game, 2 series, and the second game, just 1 series. In the last game, nothing. But you got to realize they had a couple of live practices against those teams and live sessions too. So from that standpoint, a little bit different. Like if you'd asked me this question last year and without having the history of knowing what Coach Canales did, I would say, look, they need to play more. But this year, he got them out there this time, which it was good to see because we saw Bryce in that first Cleveland game. We saw him move the team down the field, and on that pass to Coker in the end zone, he got out of the pocket and he directed him to where he wanted him to go so he could throw the ball. So we saw a lot of the glimpse of last year, the end of the last year in the preseason. Now, to your point about that Houston game, I thought the offensive line didn't protect him as well at all. I thought there was guy in the face. And here it is. The Houston Texans defense and that young man, Alexander, ain't no joke. They're the real deal. And here's the thing, you don't really game plan for the team, but they should have game planned for that team. Because the onslaught and the amount of blitzes and the amount of pressure they were able to put on the quarterback at this juncture, at this early, and typically the defense is always way ahead of the offense until the offense catches up. And so from that standpoint, Bryce didn't look great, but I would tell you that nobody looked great at all. No one. And that defense was the reason why. I don't think it was a mistake that the coach kept them out. I will only say it was a mistake if they didn't have the number of reps underneath their belt in those practices and also in the live setting in the first 2 preseason games.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question, Gene. I know we're going to get on the Panthers a little bit more, but I want to get on the big story that's everybody's going to talk about. This Michael Parsons situation, him going to the Green Bay Packers, one of your former team and your former championship team, man. What do you think about that situation?
I was not too long ago, I was in the Green Bay area, and they are ecstatic that they got Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons is like, he's a generational player, man. I mean, I get why, maybe there was an impasse and Jerry Jones thought that, okay, I can get more bang for my buck with some draft picks in the future. However, the talent that young man has, he's incredible, dude. He's like a
Yeah.
Lawrence Taylor, man.
Yes.
He's one of them dudes, man, that
Yes.
off the edge you can't stop. And
Yes.
you gotta go ahead and plan for him. You gotta know where
Mhm.
he's at. If he lines up in the A gap next to the center, I can see the center go, hey, squeeze, doom call. I need people to pinch this.
Exactly.
This dude is that dangerous. And
Yeah.
if Green Bay utilizes like they did like a Leroy Butler
Mm.
everywhere,
Mhm.
or like
Mhm.
Palomalo, that
Mm.
you use him as like he can flop sides whenever he wants to
Yeah.
flop sides, or he
Like a
wants to go
rumble.
ahead and say,
Yep.
I'm gonna get into one technique over the center, and then
Yeah.
he pushes that. That's the type of guy you got, and you got to stop him. With the Dallas Cowboys, when he was in the game, they won their games. When he was out of the
Yes.
game, they did not win.
Yes.
That
Yes.
just tells you everything you need to know. And so I don't know how Jerry Jones made that decision. Okay, I get it, I understand, but I think that Dallas, we'll see tonight. I think that Dallas has been significantly hurt on defense not having Micah Parsons.
Hey,
Yeah.
Darryl, let me pick it back some off what you
Go
just
ahead.
asked.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I want to
Now
pick it
that
back to. Go ahead.
the report came out 2 days ago, the Panthers was in on Michael Parsons, but they said Dallas wanted Derek Brown. Asking you this, me personally, everybody know how I love Michael Parsons. We've been talking about him on this podcast for 2 years. But could you imagine if we could have got him without giving up Derek Brown and he been outside of Derek Brown? Could you imagine what kind of defense we had then with one guy at Derek Brown? But
Dude,
the
I'm
question I'm
telling
asking
you,
you,
if that
you wouldn't give up Derek Brown. You wouldn't give up Derek
no,
Brown for him.
I would not give up Derek Brown. And don't forget, DJ Wanham played extremely well. But if you would have put a Michael Parsons and put him on the edge, and the guys you already brought in, Bobby Brown and Wharton, that front, dude, you would have to. If I'm coaching Everett, I would change that defense to a 4-3 defense, and then I
Yeah.
would have him be my spy guy, do whatever you want to do, because
Yep.
we just got better. Micah Parsons is the type of guy who he goes to any team defensively and he keeps that defense in the game.
Yeah.
That's right.
See,
Yep.
he keeps the team in the game because he's that good.
Yeah.
He's like Reggie White in that sense. Reggie White goes to Green Bay, and he
I was
was my
just.
roommate, so I know, and I know his ability. He goes to that
Yep.
game. He goes to Green Bay, and Green Bay changes dramatically. Michael
Yeah.
Parsons at Green Bay, man, please.
Yeah. And that's the same.
Why would you even put him in a conference? Why wouldn't you send him in a different conference?
And that's
Go
what
ahead,
I was
Darryl.
saying. I was thinking the same thing. I was just getting ready to say that. That's just like when Reggie White went to Green Bay. I was just getting
Absolutely.
ready to say that. When Reggie White went to Green Bay, it changed Green Bay's whole dynamic.
Everything's changed.
The
See,
whole dynamic.
one man can change your mentality. One man can change your whole defense. When Reggie left Philadelphia had,
Yep.
don't get me wrong, they had Jerome Brown over there, they had them dogs over there. But when he went to Green Bay, you got to realize
Hey.
Eugene got there, Leroy Butler was already there. So he had people, but you put that big cog in there. That's what I'm saying about Michael Parsons. If I were the Panthers, I would have been trying to do anything and everything. You could trade for anybody except Horn and Jay Brown. Anybody on defense would have been available. But I understand Dallas, the whole thing is you got to give up something to get something. Now I understand that. But if I'm like Eugene, I wouldn't have gave up Derek Brown because Derek Brown to me is a generational defensive tackle. So I understand why the Panthers say no.
Yeah, and we're talking about Derek Brown. Just think about this. I want you to remember last year, DJ Wanham played the latter half of the year. And he had, I forget how many sacks he had, but he was close to
I think
like
about
double
5 or
digits.
6. Yeah, he was up there.
Yeah, he was up there. I think he was almost close to double digits. I think he was say like
Yeah.
8, 9, somewhere around there, right? But can you imagine now that you get Derek Brown back in the mix, and then you put DJ Wanham, and you already got a couple of dudes that you got some big bodies that you had to go pick up. You got that guy Brown, and you got the guy Wharton. All right, and then you pick up Nick Scorton as an edge rusher in the draft that you got him. You just upgraded your defense with just 2 people coming back.
Yep.
I mean, really, and having the chance to play together, DJ Wanham and also Derek Brown. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, the defense just got better. They just got better based on that. And now this defense, I believe, with that front, is going to be able to keep our offense in the game. And I think that our offensive line is much better. I think it's like that, the same offensive line last year. You got Aquano, you got Hunt, you got Corbett, you got Lewis, you got Moulton, and you got Christensen who comes in also too. You know, you got Savalas. You got a number of dudes on that offensive line that have a lot of game experience and so much game experience. So I'm looking for that offensive line to protect, the quarterback, to open up those holes to let Chuba and that cat Dowdle.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yep.
he was
Yeah.
with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
How you
Yep.
let that cat go?
Yeah,
And
that Dallas will make no. Yeah, Dallas
it
will
don't
make some
make no
head
sense.
scratching moves, man. I don't know.
They
You know,
said,
and then
I just
they're
saw
gonna
this
face
now. They said that
and Dockside, they're gonna face the Philadelphia Eagles tonight.
Yeah,
and then I just saw a report that the Philadelphia Eagles was trying to get Michael Parsons.
yeah, but you're
Man,
not gonna trade him in the bench.
could
You ain't
you
gonna do that.
imagine?
No, because
I
that'd be
could not
cheating.
imagine.
That'd be cheating. If Michael Parsons don't fill every team the way that offense is, you might well get him Super Bowl for the next 4-5 years.
Man,
No.
Philadelphia would be running stuff.
Exactly.
Running stuff.
That's crazy. That's crazy. What I want to say, okay, so with so who you think is going to win the NFC, and who you think going to win the AFC, Mr. Robinson?
Okay, so here let's look at our conference. The outside favorite the conference is probably Tampa.
Okay. Yep.
You know, they're probably the favorite. And so I could see that. But in the NFC, I still think some of the stronger teams is the Eagles.
Yep.
I think also Detroit is still strong.
Yep.
And I'm gonna just say this. Don't forget, without Marcus Parsons, the Green Bay Packers have been showing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
With Micah Parsons, dude,
Listen,
I think they just made themselves a contender.
top 3 seed. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I think they made themselves a contender. And in the
Yep.
AFC, and in the AFC, it's I think still the cream of the crop. I still think it's Kansas City, but
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the Baltimore Ravens to make that jump. And
Yep.
I really believe that if they are home, I think that they make that jump. I think if Buffalo Bills are home and not an away game, I think they make that jump. I think that will have something to do with it because when you look at how good those teams are, I think the cream of the crops is Kansas City,
Yep.
Baltimore Ravens, and also the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
I think those guys. I think those guys are up there.
I got to ask you a question about the home squad. I got to ask you about the Panthers. Last year, Jalen Coker was an undrafted free agent, and he had some phenomenal plays, and he got better as the season went on. By you being inside the stadium, I kind of know the answer to this already, but who was the undrafted free agent this year that's going to stand out for the Panthers going into the 2025-26 season?
It's that young kid Thornton who played
Yep.
who plays the corner, man. That dude right there, that dude got some ability.
Yep.
He got some major
6'1"?
ability.
At 6'1", listen, I'm gonna put it like this. Those are the kids that you pull for, like Jalen Coker. There's no way in the world you can tell me he shouldn't have got drafted with his ability, the way he catches the ball, he's smooth. This kid Jordan, I don't know how he went undrafted, but all I know is when you get kids like this here that say, you know what, they didn't draft me. When I get on this field, I'm gonna prove myself. And I would not be shocked, Mr. U. I would not be shocked if you see him on the outside and Mike Jack and you'll see J.C. Horn in the slot. Don't be surprised if that's the time you'll see J.C. Horn traveling more now because you got two guys out on the outside who can handle their business.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, when you think about a nickel situation, when you bring in an extra defensive back to play that nickel spot, I can see Thornton moving to the corner and then maybe taking JC and putting him down at the Western and putting him down at the nickel. Because that way he could go ahead and this is your better corner. Now you can go ahead and have him match up on either side and not have to worry about the outside at all. And so now he can match up inside, outside. He's that guy who's going to go ahead and roll. So even if you had him on the same side as Jack and one of the guys would have crossed the motion, well, who would go across the motion? It would always be J.C. Horn.
J.C. is right.
And now when you got J.C. Horn doing that job, you effectively maybe take away the top. It's going to be interesting. They play the Jaguars this week, and you got B. Thomas Jr. B. Thomas Jr., their receiver, at 87 catches, over 1,200 plus yards, and 10 touchdowns. You got Travis Hunter, who's going to be playing both offense and defense. So as the Panthers, what did you do? So now with the Thornton, with a guy like Thornton that's on the bench, I can go ahead and bring him in and have JC match up with either one of them. Travis Hunter or B. And if one of them are on the line of scrimmage, say if Travis Hunter's on the line of scrimmage, then I'm saying I'm going to go to a defense that how can we beat him up legally by jamming him all day? so
Yeah.
that when he gets on the offensive side of the ball, he's tired. And
Yeah.
then when he lines up maybe in man-to-man, I'm telling T-Mac and I'm telling XL, the guy, hey, dude, if he lines up on you, run through him.
Yeah.
Jam him up, run through him. If he wants to go ahead and play both ways, well, have him play both ways. And then I'm telling the coach, hey, run some go routes, run some routes like that, and then bring in the fresh body. Bring the
Yeah.
fresh body because then you want to
Yeah.
play both sides. You're going to find that playing both sides. That's why, as football players, when we play, we always try to get taken off certain special teams. Like if you're on a punt team, you got to run, do a lot of running, a punt return team, a lot of run. You got to get a break so that you don't have to come right up and do it. Like, so I'm like, dude, can you imagine Travis Hunter running in the pros, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth against guys who, if we were in college, they were the best at what they did. They would match up with him anyway because they were probably the best person at the college.
I hope, like I said, I know the people are talking about the defense is always a step ahead than the offense in referring to the Carolina Panthers. For some reason, man, I love our offense with the drafting. I call him Mr. T from Arizona. I think our offense is going to be okay. I'm just hoping our defense can go in there and get 3 and outs, and stop these teams from going up and down. I think offensively we'd be good because, like I said, we got Chuba Hubbard. We can run the ball. We definitely got some guys that can catch the balls. If our defense is anywhere near within the top 13 of the teams league, I think we'll be good.
Yeah, here it is. When I look at the stat, we have probably the worst rushing stat just behind the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
Jacksonville gave up 132 yards per game. We gave up 137, 6, 8, 40, 140. We were last.
Yeah.
This year, coming in the preseason, no Derek Brown. There was an effort to go ahead and shut down the run. They didn't do the edge. The first game against Cleveland, they didn't take care of the edges, so guys were bouncing out. The second game against Houston, they took care of the edges and tried to funnel everything back inside.
Yeah.
Well, I think I think you're going to see that edge funnel things back inside to your linebackers, and then off the double team with having your front tackles up there with D. Brown or Bobby Brown or Morton or Ashawn Robinson. You're going to tell them dudes, hey, if you can go ahead and take up 2 guys when they double team you and create a pile, you're going to let our linebackers go ahead and come up free to make hits. And then I'm going to tell the linebackers, just make those hits because if you're able to do that, you're going to keep everything in the pocket.
Exactly.
Everything's going to come in and it's going to come directly to you where you can go ahead and make a play.
Exactly. So let me ask you this right here, Mr. Robinson. With the Panthers this year, as far as on the offensive side, you got on the wide receiver, you got Leggett, you got my man, I call him Mr. T from Arizona.
Yeah, T-Mac.
You got Coker, which, he's hurt, so he could be out. But then they re-signed
Hunter Renfro.
Tyler Renfro.
Yep.
I think we got a good offense. I mean, I think our wide receivers can really do some damage this year. What do you think?
Yeah, if you remember in the Cleveland game in the preseason, and T-Mac, Mr. T, T. McMillan, got a glimpse of what a pro game is like. We were on the 5-yard line, getting ready to go ahead and score. He's in a shotgun. Bryce drops back quickly, or maybe he was underneath the center. He drops back and he's a quick 3-step or 1-step drop. And T-Mac ran an angle route, which is go out towards the sideline on like an angle, and then it looks like a V, and then cut sharply back inside, right?
Yeah.
When he made his break, the ball hit him right in the hands, but he wasn't ready for it.
Yep.
He wasn't ready for it. T-Mac are going to have to get used to the ball is coming out quickly, and Bryce is identifying where the ball needs to go right now, so you got to be ready when you come out of your break. Get who had, he's more of a body catcher, if you will.
Yeah.
Hey, that ball is going to be coming at you a lot faster. Make sure you're ready for it. Adam Thielen, Hunter Renfro, David Moore, those veteran guys like that, they understand that. Those young 2 big guys, Leggett and T-Mac, they're really big. They're going to have to learn that, hey, that's what you need to go ahead and do. When that ball, be ready at any moment because the ball can hit you in the hand immediately, so be ready. And so that's what they're going to be experienced. So we saw a little glimpse of that already with the receivers. And the fact that Jalen Coker is hurt and that he won't be there, I think it hampers us a little bit, but not much. This is going to be predicated on Bryce Young delivering the ball to whomever is open in the first and second and third
Yeah.
read. And he's going to have the time to do that. That ball's going to come out very, very quickly.
Yeah.
You watch. And he's comfortable back in the pocket, man.
Yeah.
There's a comfort level that Bryce has been exuding just being back in the pocket. Even
Exactly.
in the Houston game when they were rushing at him, he was still moving like looking at those throwing lanes. Now, they weren't open, you know,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, okay, so there's a lot to be excited for the Carolina Panthers. And,
Yeah.
you know, the defense, the defense coming back and making those changes with Dan Morgan.
Yep.
And then we see with the offense.
Yep. And like you said, hopefully Leggett practicing the offseason, but using his hands more instead of coming a body catcher. He's snatching that ball, you know, at the tip, catching that ball. And then, like you said, Mr. T, I call him Mr. T, knowing when he got to turn his head around quick because that ball is coming, you know.
That ball
he got
is
to
coming
get his
out
head
right
around
now.
and look at that ball coming in because he definitely going to take the top off the defense.
Yeah. And don't forget that both XL, Leggett, and T-Mac are both big receivers.
Yes.
They're big receivers.
Yes.
Leggett has a big body.
Yep.
Right?
Mhm.
So when you think about that, can you imagine if I would have talked to those guys when they were in high school and even in college, and I said, hey man, you think that dude, that little corner, he's only 5'10", he's only 6 feet. Think he can stop you? They'll go, man, he can't stop me.
Mm-hmm.
He can't stop me. They need to be like Kelvin Johnson. They need to be like Chris Carter. They need to be like Terrell Owens. They need to be like Randy Moss. Big people, big receivers who say, I don't care who you put on me. Dude, I'm going to out-jump him. I'm going to bully ball him. I'm going to box them out. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put them on them. That's what their mentality needs to be. And I want them to grow up right now because I don't want them to come in here and thinking like a rookie, like, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Dude, you got a big body for a reason. I can't teach you how to be big.
Exactly.
So I'm not talking about lifting weights. I don't govern your height. That's your parents. I don't govern, having that size and that frame. That's your parents. That's DNA that God gives you. So from that standpoint, they need to realize they are big receivers that has an advantage because defensive backs, some smaller defensive backs don't like going against big receivers.
Exactly.
Because the push off and because the fact that they can go ahead. Did you see that thing with Michael Irvin was teaching the guys about how to run routes and stuff?
Yep.
And he said, man, you need to smack a dude in the head. And he smacked the dude like in the head. And he was like, you can't do that. But he's right in saying, like, be violent off the line.
Yeah.
Don't be all like pretty and trying to be violent off the line. Get off me, man. Boom. Get in front of the dude. And that's what you need to go ahead and do. That's what I'm asking Leggett, McMillan. I'm asking you to be.
Yep. Get into them guys. Yep.
I guess my final question to you, Mr. U, is being around the team, getting everything. What do you think the final prediction will be this year for the Panthers? Will they be at 9-18? Will they be at 8-19, 10-7? What you think?
They won 5 games last year. I think they're poised to win 8 to 9 games this year. So when I look at that, I'm saying, and don't forget, if we look at the schedule early, Jacksonville, Arizona,
it's favorable.
You made it. Now, I know this all too well playing with the Green Bay Packers. I know this all too well playing with the Atlanta Falcons in this. When you start winning early, it's infectious, man.
Exactly.
It's contagious.
Yes.
So let's say, I'm wishful thinking. So for all your viewers out there, okay, I'm a homer. I root for the Panthers. Okay, I'll put that out there. I do. But as a player, when you win 3-4 games in a row, what you think that nobody can stop you? You think that you're better than what you maybe are. You start to play big. Then you do the competition thing where, hey man, I'm getting interceptions, man. I'm getting sacked. I'm doing this. I'm getting tackles. I'm doing this. I'm forcing fumbles. Then you start to get this mentality that says that nobody can stop us. Nobody can beat us collectively. Now you get that. Now 8-9 games is just an easy number to get to. Now you're thinking about 12, 13 games because of the confidence that happens when the margin between teams is very slim.
Yeah. It is.
Exactly.
It's very slim. The margins between teams are very, very slim. Somebody gets on a roll, and conversely is this. If you lose 4 games, then it's contagious too. Losing is contagious
Exactly.
too.
The same, it goes the same way. And Another thing before we get off here, Mr. U, when we were talking about Leggett and you saying he a thick body, you know who he remind me of when you said that it came to my head. He
Anquan
remind me
Bolden.
of Anquan Bolden.
That's exactly what I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, that's what it
Hey,
reminds me of.
man.
Hey man.
But
And you remember when Anquan Bolden was with Larry Fitzgerald, right? Nobody wanted dude, they didn't want that
Nobody
smoke.
wanted that.
Man, nobody, when you played the Cardinals back in the day when they had Anquan Bolden and they had Larry Fitzgerald,
Fitzgerald,
nobody wanted that smoke. You
nobody
couldn't
wanted
say
that.
you can't line up on that side or that side because you got either or.
either
Man,
way, yeah,
please,
pick your
you're
poison.
right.
And you
You're
know what's
right.
so crazy? You said that I was in your head, but Leggett got way more speed than Anquan. Anquan didn't have
Yep.
speed like that.
Yeah.
But Anquan had something that you can't teach. He had a heart.
Toughness.
He would catch it and run. I seen him get the Panthers. If I'm not mistaken, if my memory serves right, he gave them 200 days. Was that his rookie year?
Dude, it was in that playoff game.
Yeah, he
it was
was
that
Yeah.
playoff.
killing them. They couldn't do nothing with him. Couldn't do nothing with him. But that's what I'm saying. But
It was Larry Fitzgerald and it was Anquan Bolden.
Yep.
And like I said, I
Dude,
feel
look, you
like,
don't want that smoke. You don't want that smoke, dude. You don't want that smoke.
How do you feel that the Adam Thielen trade did that change anything for the Panthers? If that was his safety blanket, how did that?
No,
Do you think
but
that
see,
hurt
what you
him?
did was you were able to get some draft picks back out of that. So that was a really good trade for both teams. And so you ready to get some draft picks out of that too. And then that's why Hunter Renfrow is back.
Yeah.
Because Hunter Renfrow and Adam Thielen are really kind of one of the same athletes.
Yeah.
So you're not going to lose anything. And I would go with Hunter Renfrow in the slot, maybe a little bit better than Adam Thielen with a little widget.
More shifted.
Yeah.
So the last question I got for you, and I'm gonna wrap it up with this. I think we need to wrap it up. Who you got winning
we'll wrap
Sunday
it
with the
up.
Panthers? Who you got the Panthers? You got the Panthers win. Beat
I got
Jacksonville?
Jacksonville is doing what the Panthers did a year ago with a new coach, trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Trevor Lawrence has had, in 5 years, Trevor Lawrence has had 3 coaches. That's 3 systems. Dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about, he's going to get into the huddle and go split left, 487, pass, check with me, 32, 38 tall. He's going to do some crazy stuff, right? It's going to be long, drawn out. He has to do that, whether he's on a wristband or whatever. He's going to have to do that every single time, right? Read the plays and still know that because that's a new installation. And then he's going, do we just go to 7 route with that? Or maybe we're supposed to do. So you got him thinking about the plays. Unless they keep it real simple and vanilla, Jacksonville has a chance, I think.
Yeah.
But if they don't keep it simple and vanilla and they add in all the layers of what you do in a given call, that's so much stuff to think about. And you got everybody has to be on the same page. That's why it was tough for Bryce Young in the beginning with Coach Canales because everybody's learning the system. And now one guy makes a mistake, it affects the quarterback. But this guy makes a mistake because he didn't run the route right, it affects the quarterback. This guy goes the wrong way in the backfield, it affects the quarterback. It affects everything you do. That's what the Jaguars are facing as they face the Carolina Panthers. They don't have the luxury that Canales has of working out all the bugs and having all that stuff done. That's why Bryce, everybody said in campus, said, man, he just seems different. He just seems to be on the ball. Can you say that about Trevor Lawrence? I'm telling you, it's a different system. It's not going to be the same. And so you're going to see some hiccups unless they keep it really vanilla for him.
All right, Mr. Eugene Robinson, once again, go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. I'll let you go ahead.
You already know that's family, but I'm like, hey, anytime I can call you and right before the season starts, you give us analysis and you can give us your expertise, we want to say thank you. We will be checking in with you hopefully more periodically this season while the season is going on.
You know how we do.
Like I say, I don't want to bother you too much because we know you got a lot of hats on, and I know you with WNCN, and I know you with the Panthers and your coaches, so we don't want to bother you too much, but we might tap into you with a couple after the 4th week, maybe every 4 weeks or something. We'll check in and see what you think, how the Panthers and how the NFL looking, if you don't mind.
That sounds good. Look, Modestly Speaking podcast, I'm your guy. You can call me up, let me know. We'll get it popping, make it happen.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you. And enjoy the game tonight, y'all. Y'all enjoy the game and y'all be good.
And Mike, if I don't text you back, like sometimes I'll forget and I'll look. So if I don't see the text and I don't text it back immediately, so I try to do that so that I can stay up on them. And so make sure you text me back so that, hey, Gene, and that way I'll
I
get
see
back
your
to you.
wife
Gotcha.
out there. Listen, I know how you are. I see your wife when out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I know.
You see
Yeah.
I throw one text to you. You don't get back to me. I don't pay no attention because listen, I know you're a busy man. Like I keep telling people, you play professional football. You won a Super Bowl. You're taking your time out to help me and my partner with my dream of being a broadcaster and an
Appreciate
analyst.
it.
You're doing me a solid. So I thank you every time. I'm always gonna give you flowers.
Thank you.
Appreciate you so much because if I was in that stadium and talking to them guys, they'd be like, "Who is this cat?" Like I met you. Who is this two over talking? Because I can talk all day long, but you done gave me pointers, and I think I done
I hear
got
you,
better
dog.
at asking my questions, getting it out. Don't act alone. That's why I try to let you talk. So I'm trying to take what you told me and take it to
Yeah.
heart,
Yeah.
and I listen to what you're telling me. So like I said, thank you so much, and we will see you again in about 3-4 weeks.
Okay, sounds good, my brother.
Peace out,
Thank
man.
you,
Y'all
Gene.
have a
No
blessed
doubt.
night.
All right.
All right, brother. Y'all take care. Thank
All
you.
right.